Texas, the most populous state in the U.S., has made a controversial move, becoming the latest to ban gender-affirming care for minors. Governor Greg Abbott signed a bill outlawing puberty blockers and hormone therapy for individuals under the age of 18. For Lisa Stanton of Houston, who has been lobbying against the bill with her transgender daughter, this is a devastating blow, especially as it coincides with the start of Pride Month. The legislation, which will go into effect on September 1, also restricts insurance coverage for gender-affirming treatments. It prohibits healthcare providers from performing gender-affirming surgeries, including mastectomies. This law, however, is facing opposition from medical associations and advocates for LGBTQ rights. The American Academy of Pediatrics and other medical groups strongly oppose legislation that hinders the provision of evidence-based gender-affirming care for transgender individuals, including children and adolescents. While some argue that it's best to wait until puberty before considering hormone treatments, it's important to note that doctors generally advise using puberty blockers or hormone treatments once a child reaches that stage. Interestingly, a recent poll conducted by The Washington Post and KFF revealed that a majority of Americans oppose puberty-blocking medications and hormonal treatments for transgender children. The new Texas law does include some exceptions. Minors who started receiving puberty blockers or hormone treatments before June 1 and have undergone at least 12 sessions of mental health counseling will be allowed to continue their treatment. However, they will eventually have to wean off the prescription drugs and will be prevented from starting any new treatment. The American Civil Liberties Union's Texas branch has already announced that it plans to challenge the bill in court, vowing to protect trans youth rights. As a result of this legislation, some families with transgender children are being forced to make difficult decisions. Many fear they may have to move out of state to seek the care their children need, a process made even more challenging by long waiting times and insurance issues. With Texas being home to an estimated 30,000 transgender youth, the highest number in any state with a similar ban, the impact of these laws is far-reaching. This is just one of the many bills targeting LGBTQ rights across the United States. The American Civil Liberties Union is currently tracking nearly 500 anti-LGBTQ bills, with over 50 in Texas alone.
On International Children's Day, a tragic incident highlights the ongoing crisis in Ukraine. The UN Resident and Humanitarian Coordinator in Ukraine, Denise Brown, condemns the atrocities committed against children in the country. Since Russia's invasion in February 2022, more than 1,500 children have lost their lives and suffered injuries. According to the UN Human Rights Monitoring Mission, over 525 children have been killed and 1,047 injured across 289 cities, towns, and villages in Ukraine. The impact on children in armed conflicts is a widespread issue, as seen in other parts of the world. As we commemorate the International Day of Innocent Children Victims of Aggression, let us remember the pain suffered by children worldwide. It is crucial that we continue working towards better protection for children in armed conflicts.
In Serbia's capital, a nation shaken by tragedy takes to the streets. Tens of thousands of people rally for the fifth time in a month, demanding change. The opposition protesters have had enough. They demand the resignations of senior government officials and the revocation of broadcasting licenses for TV networks that promote violence and glorify crime figures. However, this protest was different. Right-wing groups infiltrated the march, pushing their nationalist agenda. Reports surfaced of ultra-nationalist supporters attacking a foreign journalist, highlighting the growing tension. Some attackers wore T-shirts with the Russian Z inscription, a symbol associated with the aggression against Ukraine. As darkness fell, the participants illuminated the night with their cell phones, demanding change and blowing whistles. President Vučić faces mounting criticism from the opposition, accusing him of fueling intolerance and hate speech. However, he denies these allegations, claiming that the opposition seeks to topple him by force. The recent shootings that claimed the lives of innocent children shocked the nation. These senseless acts of violence have fueled the outcry for justice and change. The people of Serbia are determined. Their demands for change grow stronger with each protest. The pressure on President Vučić is mounting. Authorities have taken steps to address the issue, launching a gun crackdown and boosting security measures in schools. But the battle for a safer Serbia is far from over. As the nation mourns the loss of innocent lives, the voices of the people rise in unison. They owe the victims truth and justice, a debt they are determined to pay. Serbia stands at a crossroads. Will change come? Will justice prevail? The fight for a brighter future continues. What will it take to ensure a safer Serbia for all? Share your thoughts and join the conversation. Thank you for watching. a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more important news updates.